Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera kepada murid-murid yang menghadiri program Skor A SPM 2023 bagi subjek Bahasa Inggeris Minggu yang ke-7 bersama Cikgu Aileen. Program ini merupakan program jaringan kolaboratif strategik YPC International College bersama Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Hulu Langat. Anda bersama dengan saya, Cik Zulaika, selaku pengerusi majlis pada malam ini. Bagi murid-murid yang sedang online, kalau boleh dengar suara saya dengan jelas, minta tolong respon di ruangan chat box. Baiklah, terima kasih atas respon adik-adik semua. Bersama-sama dengan kita pada malam ini adalah yang berusaha, Tuan Haji Arba'in bin Pini, Pegawai Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Hulu Langat, Encik Zai Azman bin Zainuddin alias Helmi, Timbalan Sektor Pembelajaran Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Hulu Langat, serta pegawai-pegawai dari PPD Hulu Langat, Cikgu Aileen, Guru Cemerlang Bahasa Inggeris, Datuk Dr. Noel Robert, Pengetua YPC International College, Dr. Farah Robert, Pengarah Urusan YPC International College, Kaunselor Akademik YPC, seterusnya tetamu jemputan kita pada hari ini, iaitu pelajar-pelajar SPM dari seluruh Malaysia. Terima kasih juga kepada ibu bapa dan guru-guru yang turut hadir pada malam ini. Sebelum memulakan agenda utama kita, suka untuk saya ingatkan beberapa perkara terlebih dahulu. Pastikan mikrofon anda dalam mod senyap. Pinkan nama wakil yang akan berbicara sebentar lagi untuk melihat slide pembentangan. Pastikan adik-adik semua bersedia bersama buku catatan untuk mencatat isi-isi penting dan sebarang pertanyaan boleh terus bertanya di ruangan chat semasa sesi Q&A. Diingatkan juga kepada semua pelajar untuk tunggu sebentar setelah kelas tamat bagi mengisi kehadiran untuk tujuan sijil penyertaan. Baiklah, bagi memulakan program kita pada malam ini, saya menjemput Miss Hamiza, pensyarah daripada YPC International College. Dengan segala hormatnya, dipersilakan.
Okay, thank you Cik MC. Hello semua. Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera kepada semua pegawai-pegawai PPD, guru-guru, Datuk Dr. Noel Robert, Dr. Farah, YPC and LJMU staff, ibu bapa dan adik-adik yang join event pada malam ini. Boleh dengar suara saya dengan jelas ya? Okay, alright. Bagus ya. Alhamdulillah. Terima kasih di atas feedback semua. Allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Puan Hamiza and I am one of the senior lecturers in YPC International College and have been here for 18 years already. I'm sure a lot of you have seen me in this Skor A program kan? Ya, sekejap je Skor A English dah masuk minggu ke-7. So I hope you guys learned a lot already. Ya. Harap adik-adik dapat memanfaatkan ilmu dari cikgu-cikgu cemerlang ini. So, tanpa membuang masa, izinkan saya untuk berkongsi sedikit on one of our most popular and in-demand program offered in YPC. The program that I will share with you tonight is a degree program from Liverpool John Moores University, UK, iaitu Bachelor in Science with Honours in Multimedia Computing atau nama pendeknya PMC. Yeah, as you can see from the slide there. Dan adik-adik boleh Google sahaja ya, LJMU, and you will see that the university is ranked top 5% in the world, ya, dalam dunia ini, okay? And this degree is multidisciplined, which means they combine 2 areas of studies. For BMC, it covers IT and multimedia. So, kalau adik-adik minat bidang IT dan nak jadi lebih kreatif, then BMC is your choice. Ya, untuk masuk BMC, you only need 5 credits from your SPM results. Guna trial results pun dah boleh apply. Tak perlu tunggu lama-lama, okay? Seterusnya, adik-adik boleh sambung ke program asasi kami iaitu Foundation in Business IT selama setahun dulu, dan baru boleh masuk ke program BMC, degree BMC selama 3 tahun sahaja. 3 tahun ni sekejap saja adik-adik, pejam celik, then you already have an international degree in your hand. Dan yang paling penting, tak perlu berbelanja besar untuk study overseas. You can still get a UK degree from LJMU. This is of course a very good news for parents out there who wants their children to get an affordable international degree, which can be used not only in Malaysia, but also overseas. For your information, quite a few of our alumni are working in Japan, Dubai, UK, and Singapore. Alumni are our ex-students from BMC. All right, next slide, please. Now, you probably would like to know what are the job position that you can secure from having BMC as your degree, kan? As you can see from the slide there, we have alumni from BMC that we are very proud of. Some of them that are really worth mentioning here are like Kin Fai and Chow Wen, who were both recipients of LJMU Master Scholarship, meaning they got a scholarship to study their master's degree in LJMU UK. So now, Kin Fai is working at Digital Pro NMQ Digital from Amsterdam, but currently working in Kuala Lumpur. Chow Wen pula is working as a forensic associate for KPMG Japan and currently working in Japan. Then we have Wai Kang working as an IT support cum data analyst at Daiso Singapore. Chia Wei and Kawai both working as system analysts at their respective companies, and Deepa as a web designer. Ada lagi ni Next slide please. All right, Kwong Jung Kit is working as a software developer. Jamal, Minghui, and Kalaivani are working as web engineers. William is a data developer for Maybank, and Andy is an IT associate at Tech Mahindra. Can we go to the first slide, please? Alright. Of course, actually ada banyak lagi job prospects out there untuk adik-adik if you choose this program. As you can see from the slide over there, such as database developer, game developer, animator, IT manager, mobile app developer, dan macam-macam lagi. BMC is a very good program which will enable you to learn about the IT industry and multimedia industry. For example, shopping online. Well, who doesn't like shopping, kan? But in BMC, you will learn how to make money instead of just spending it by creating your own e-commerce website or app. We have subjects such as database systems, dynamic website and e-commerce management that can help you achieve that. What about gaming? I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there would definitely love to play games. But here we will teach you how to make your own games by learning subjects such as interactive multimedia and digital game production. So do consider joining us in YPC after completing your SPM. We have our academic counselor here that you can talk to and ask any questions on the program. Adik-adik type sahaja di ruangan chat dan boleh terus tanya. Okay? Alright, I think that will be all from me. Now, tanpa melengahkan masa lagi, I would like to introduce guru yang akan mengajar pada malam ini, iaitu Cikgu Aileen, yang merupakan guru cemerlang Bahasa Inggeris. Beliau sudah berpengalaman mengajar selama 31 tahun. Ya. Jadi saya ingin menjemput Cikgu Aileen. Dipersilakan Cikgu.
Terima kasih Puan Hamiza. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat malam semua. Malam ini kita bertemu sekali lagi pada minggu yang ke-7. Minggu yang ke-7 untuk kelas bahasa Inggeris. Saya akan share slide ya. Semua nampak ya? Saya berhenti kejap ya, tengah azan kat sini. Thank you everyone. We are going to start our lesson for tonight. So sorry for the delay. So I hope everyone can listen, can hear my voice. So this is our week number 7. So our focus for tonight will be on part 3, story. Which is the narrative piece of writing. I know maybe there are some of you here who love to write story. So if you love writing stories, so go ahead and write the story and make sure you understand the question. So I'm going to start. As I will remind all of you, I'll remind all of you that, the assessment scale, that we are, the teachers are using while assessing your essay will be based on 4 aspects. Okay, will be based on 4 aspects, which is the content, 5 mark, communicative achievement, 5 mark, organization, 5 mark, and language, 5 marks. And each and every aspect is judged separately. Okay, it's judged separately based on the rubrics given. Okay, so for each part, each and every part, okay, for part 1, part 2, and part 3. So all of you, your essay will be judged according to these 4 aspects. Okay, and these 4 aspects are marked separately. Okay, berasingan. Okay, it's not really interrelated. So berasingan, content, markah lain, communicative achievement, organization, and also language. Okay, so this is the 4 aspects that the teachers are looking into while they are assessing your AC. Okay, so here tonight we are going to look at a narrative essay. A narrative essay is also known as story. Okay, cerita. Okay, a narrative essay is a story with characters, conflict, and other essential parts that make up a good story. So I think all of you have read, betul? Pernah membaca buku cerita, cerpen, novel. So when the story is good, then you tend to go on reading. But if it is not that good, then you will stop reading. So that is how, when you want to write a story, make sure you can attract your reader. Okay, there must be something extraordinary to attract your reader. So it has a sequence of events, real or fictional. Okay, narrative essay or story usually fictional. Okay, fictional. Okay, tak semestinya cerita yang betul, boleh jadi cerita yang khayalan semata-mata. A good narrative makes the reader feel involved. It can be part of your own personal experience or someone else's experience. Okay, so you make, in order to attract the reader, make sure you make the reader feel involved. Okay, libatkan the reader in your story. Maksudnya you bawa the reader into your story. So that is a good narrative or a good story. Okay. In a narrative, you have storyline. Okay, you have storyline, and this storyline consists of 1, characters. Okay, characters. You must have characters in your story. Okay, characters are the individuals inside your story. They can be people, places, or things. Okay, bukan saja karakter melibatkan manusia. Boleh jadi place, places, or things. Writers may create a protagonist, okay, which is often a main character with good intentions, and an antagonist, the main character who serves as a villain. Okay, so usually in a story, there are characters. So characters, we have protagonist and also antagonist. Protagonist, orang baik. Okay, antagonist is the orang jahat. Okay, then in a story also, you have conflict. Biasanya kita ada conflict. Also known as the problem. Okay, the problem. The conflict of the story interferes with the characters getting what they want. So we have characters and we have conflict. Itu adalah storyline. And next we have setting. Okay, so in a storyline, we have characters, we have conflict, we have setting. Mesti ada setting. The setting is when and where the story takes place. And it may change as the story progresses. Characters may travel through several cities or time periods throughout the plot. Okay, so if you want to write a narrative essay, make sure you have your storyline. Okay, dan storyline ini consists of characters, conflict, setting. So bila ada character, bila ada conflict, bila ada setting, itu adalah narrative essay. Okay, narrative essay. Dalam penulisan essay, we know we must have introduction, body and conclusion. Betul? So in a narrative essay, kita ada characters, kita ada conflict, kita ada setting. That is narrative. Okay, that is narrative. Narrative atau story. Okay, next. Okay. Okay. Bila ada storyline, okay, kita ada characters, kita ada conflict, kita ada setting. So how are you going to write your essay? Okay, how are you going to write your essay? In a general essay structure, kita ada introduction, body and conclusion. But for story or narrative essay, we have exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Okay, this is based on the free text pyramid. Okay, the free text pyramid. Okay, so this is how you write your story. This is how you write your narrative essay. Dia sama saja. Kalau general essay, kita ada introduction, body and conclusion. So untuk story, we have exposition. Exposition is the introduction. Okay, rising action, climax and falling action, itu ialah body. And lastly, conclusion adalah resolution. Sebenarnya sama, hanya nama dia berbeza. Tetap lagi mematuhi introduction, body and conclusion. Hanya we have introduction is exposition, which is the inciting incident. Diikuti oleh rising action, climax, and then falling and resolution. Resolution tu adalah penutup. So yang tengah-tengah ini, the rising action, climax, and falling action, that is your body of your story. Okay, so this is the plot of a story according to free text pyramid. Okay, according to free text. Okay, so this is how you write your story. Okay, this is how you write your story. Okay, so next. The plot of a story has 5 components. Yang saya kata tadi lah, 5 components including exposition. Okay, apa yang ada dalam exposition? As the beginning of the story, the writer introduces the protagonist and antagonist and describes the setting. The conflict may also appear. So as for your introduction or exposition, here you introduce, okay, the setting, your characters, okay, you introduce your setting and your characters there. Siapakah protagonist, siapakah antagonist, who are the characters in the story, where is the setting, okay, so that is what you write in the exposition. Okay, so next, the rising action. Okay, rising action, the conflict escalates. Okay, so tadi in your exposition you dah terangkan your conflict. So in rising action, the conflict escalate, maksudnya meningkat, okay, atau semakin ataupun bermula, okay, atau semakin menuju ke arah yang climax dia. Okay, continuing to cause tension for the character. So for rising action di sini you cerita tentang konflik. Okay, you cerita dengan konflik, you ceritakan apa yang you nak cerita di situ. So that is rising action. And then for the climax is the highest points of suspense for the story. The conflict reaches a critical level where the protagonist and antagonist battle or the characters make a major decision. So mula-mula kita ada introduce character. Lepas tu kita introduce the setting, describe the setting, then ada juga cerita tentang konflik. Dalam rising action, you cerita apa yang berlaku. Okay, then we go to the climax. Climax is the highest point of suspense. Maksud dia the highest level, di mana kalau ada pertarungan, so that is the highest level of pertarungan. Okay, or where you have to make a decision, that is where you make the biggest decision of all. Okay, so that is the climax. Then we go to falling action. Okay, falling action. In the falling action, the characters resolve the conflict and the writer provides answers to questions. This stage is the beginning of the end of the story. So we have here falling action, rising tadi conflict, okay, ada perbalahan, pergaduhan, then we go to the climax, okay, dah ada decision apa, then the falling action resolve the conflict, okay. So and lastly, resolution, the story officially ends. The author writes a happy ending or builds momentum for a sequel to the story. So kita boleh tengok daripada 5 component ini, exposition is the introduction, rising action, climax and falling action are the bodies of the story, and resolution is the conclusion for the story. So here the story officially ends, writes a happy ending. Sebenarnya it can be a happy ending or it can be a sad ending, or builds momentum for a sequel of the story. Okay, kalau sequel ini contohnya macam we have sequel macam Harry Potter. Okay, ada sequel. Okay, so kadang-kadang kita biarkan the ending or the resolution tergantung so that we have a sequel. Okay, so this is how we write our story. Okay, bagi mereka yang kreatif, okay, yang pandai berimajinatif, okay, you can write story. Okay, you can write story. Kalau yang bagi mereka yang pandai berimajinasi, okay, if the question is up to your understanding, then you can write story. Okay, because orang yang kreatif ni dia macam-macam dia boleh keluarkan untuk membuat sebuah cerita yang boleh menarik pembaca. Bagi orang yang memang factual, dia sukar, okay, difficult for you to write a story sebab you tak boleh nak berkreatif, tak boleh nak berimajinasi. So you are orang yang fakta. Kalau orang yang fakta, you can do the review, ataupun you can do the report, ataupun you can do the article. Okay, untuk orang fakta. Tapi orang yang kreatif, you can do the story. Tetapi you have to understand the question itself. Okay, because remember kita kena menjawab soalan. So this is the plot of a story. This is how you write your story. The 5 component. Okay, the 5 component sebenarnya is equivalent to the 3 general structure of an essay. Okay, sama je sebenarnya. Okay, hanya mungkin dalam cerita ini kita ada sesuatu yang kreatif, yang membawa pembaca ke alam yang mungkin alam yang hayalan. Okay, so if you can do that, then you can write your story. Okay, so jangan terikat nak buat review or artikel ataupun report. So sometimes you can write the story kalau if you think you can answer this question better than the others. Okay, so okay, how to write a narrative. Okay, bagaimana kita nak menulis narrative atau a story? How to write a story? Create a good plot or storyline. Okay, yang pertama, you have to create a good plot or storyline. Why? We want to attract the reader. Kita tak nak sebuah cerita yang membosankan. So, create a good plot or storyline. Okay, ini kita buat semasa brainstorming. Masa mula-mula kita plan. Plan apa nak tulis. Okay, kita mungkin apa dia punya exposition dia apa, rising action dia apa, climax dia apa, falling action dia apa, dan resolution dia apa. Jadi kita rancang. Okay, so pastikan ada good plot atau storyline. Okay, yang kedua, adopt a first person point of view or a third person point of view. Kalau first person point of view, kita guna I. Ini bukan nombor 1 ya, I. Kita guna I. Kalau first person point of view, kita guna I. Sorry ya, ini 1 pula sini. I. Or third person point of view, kita guna he, she atau they. Kalau first person point of view, I. Atau jadi kita boleh guna 2 cara. Okay, first person atau third person. Okay, bila third person, kita jadi pemerhati. Okay, kita biasa jadi pemerhati. Kalau first person, kita adalah orang di dalam cerita itu. Okay, create rounded main characters and minor characters, people or animals. Okay, rounded main characters and minor characters maksudnya kita cipta satu karakter, karakter kita ada main dengan minor. Kita tak boleh hanya bila kita when we write story, kita tak boleh hanya ada satu watak saja. Kita ada banyak watak, betul? Ada yang main, ada yang minor. So, it can be people, it can be animal, dan juga tadi saya kata it can be places juga. Okay. Then you provide a setting where the narrative takes place. Mesti ada latar tempat. Okay. Mesti ada setting, latar tempat. Okay. Then write a good theme. Okay. A good theme. That is the author's message. Apakah tema yang kita gunakan? Is it on love? Or is it on based on usually our theme is based on moral values, right? Okay, maybe on honesty, okay, on love, on patriotism. Jadi ada theme. When you write your story, ada theme, ada temanya. What is the theme that you are going to portray to the reader? Okay, next, create drama, tension or climax in the story. Nak sesuatu yang wow. Okay, yang out of the box. Okay, yang out of the box. Okay, macam fantasy ataupun macam cerita cerita-cerita Frozen, macam tu. Okay, Snow White. Okay, jadi kita nak ada drama, okay, sesuatu yang memang macam out of the box, macam cerita Frozen. Okay, macam cerita Frozen. Okay, then write a good introduction that hooks the reader. Okay, intro kita. Maksud dia, exposition kita boleh menarik. Okay, so kita kena pay more attention in writing your introduction or exposition. Okay, if your introduction atau exposition is tak begitu menarik, so it will not attract readers. So make sure the impact is in your exposition. Impact yang besar ni di dalam exposition. Macam mana kita nak mulakan cerita? How are you going to attract the reader? So write a good introduction. Okay, write a good introduction. Next, provide moral values or lesson learned for the reader. Okay, so pastikan in your story, pastikan ada lesson learned atau moral values. Okay, pastikan ada. Jangan buat sesuatu cerita, kita boleh buat sebuah cerita yang contohnya yang bunuh-bunuh, yang tembak-tembak, but at the end of it, ceritalah. Okay, give or provide moral values. Sebab ada value-nya. Okay, walaupun itu cerita bunuh, cerita tembak, cerita apa, tetapi ada moral value di sebalik itu. So you provide moral values, okay, for the reader. Okay, write a good conclusion or ending atau resolution. Okay, so kita ada introduction yang bagus, exposition yang bagus, resolution pun yang bagus. Okay, so resolution tu macam saya kata tadi, that I have said before, it can be a happy ending. It can be a sad ending, or you can leave it hanging as you want to write a sequel. Tetapi for the sake of exam, ini adalah peperiksaan betul, jangan biarkan your resolution tu tergantung. Sebab kita tidak ada sequel, kita dalam exam kita tak tulis sequel. So kalau boleh kita ada ending lah. Okay, kita ada ending lah. Jangan biarkan ending atau resolution tu tergantung macam itu. Okay, pastikan ada ending ya. Pastikan ada ending. Jangan biar tergantung. Ada orang suka dia tu buat tiba-tiba je berhenti. So kalau boleh ada resolution. Jangan biar tiba-tiba berhenti, tiba-tiba tergantung macam itu. And lastly, write within the word stipulated. Okay, so dalam lingkungan 200 to 250 words. Remember, this is part 3. Tak payahlah nak tulis sampai 2-3 muka surat, because we only have 1 hour and a half for this paper. Okay, kita hanya ada 1 hour and a half dan sebagaimana yang saya dah terangkan the week before we have for this one, okay, for this one kalau boleh kita gunakan, we use around about 50 minutes. Okay, 50 minit kita khaskan peruntukan untuk bahagian ini. 40 ke 50 minit. Because untuk part 1 dan part 2 kita boleh gunakan masa yang agak sedikit. Okay, so tak adalah kita atau cikgu nak you all tulis 3-4 muka surat. Okay, yang penting within 200 to 250. Sebenarnya 200 to 250 adalah satu muka setengah. Kalau normal handwriting, sebenarnya satu muka setengah atau satu muka suku sudah memadai. Okay, so this is how you write a narrative. Okay, so next. What is the language and tone when you write your story? First of all, story must be written in past tense in most parts. Okay, so ini adalah story, narrative, use past tense. Tetapi kalau ada dialog di dalam tu, okay, ada dialog, use direct speech or dialogue, ada dialog di dalam your story, the dialogue, the wording or the language in the dialogue must be in present tense. Okay, present tense. So, the overall for a story or narrative essay, past tense. That's why it's written there most part. But if there are dialogues in there, okay, your dialogue can be in direct speech atau in present tense. Okay, so use past tense, use direct speech or dialogue. Kalau boleh, mesti ada dialogue. Okay, jangan satu narrative yang tidak ada dialog langsung. Jadi dia macam sangat boring, membosankan. Okay, next, use descriptive and vivid vocabulary with sensory details. So masukkan adjective yang banyak di sini, descriptive and vivid vocabulary. Sini banyak gunakan adjective. Okay, adjective untuk menerangkan sesuatu. And juga sensory detail. Okay, sensory detail. Sensory detail maksud dia gunakan deria kita. Ada penggunaan deria di situ. Mungkin ada deria rasa, deria jadi gunakan deria. Okay, so perkataan-perkataan yang menunjukkan ada sensory details. Okay, use a variety of sentence length and type. Okay, so here you can use direct speech, you can use dialogue, you can use simple sentence, compound, complex. Okay, you can use whatever variety of sentences, length and type that you want. Okay, next, use logical and sentence connectors effectively. Okay, selain daripada variety of sentence length and type, use logical and sequence connectors. In a story, sangat-sangat memerlukan logical and sentence connectors untuk menyambung, untuk memastikan cerita itu smooth. Okay, so your story will be smooth, then you use logical and sequence or sentence connectors. Then you has good purposeful paragraphs. Okay, for a story, sebenarnya kita tidak tertakluk kepada berapa paragraph. Sebenarnya is up to you. Okay, up to you sebenarnya berapa paragraph. Dia tak macam okay, yang sebelum-sebelum ini, your essay, your general essay structure, you have one for introduction, then body, you ada 2 or 3 paragraph for body, and then conclusion ada 1 paragraph, mungkin 4 to 5 paragraph. Tetapi for a story, is up to you. Okay, has good purposeful paragraph. So itu dia tulis itu purposeful paragraph. Nak sampai 10 ke 11 ke, bergantung kepada the way you write your story. Okay, so dia memang tidak ikut, okay, tidak ikut yang biasa itu. Yang apa ada 3 yang biasa itu ya. Okay, so next. Use helpful punctuation that adds meaning. In a story lah kita paling banyak boleh guna punctuation. Okay, paling banyak boleh guna punctuation. Tidak hanya punctuation, tidak hanya guna full stop dengan koma sahaja. Okay, bila kita ada dialogue, when we have dialogue, you use the inverted comma, the open and close inverted. Okay, pembuka dan penutup kata. You can use question mark. You can use exclamation mark. Jadi, in writing a story, punctuation sangat-sangat memainkan peranan penting. Okay, it's very important to use punctuation in writing your story. Okay, so gunakanlah segala punctuation that you know, okay, in writing a story. Bukan hanya comma and full stop saja, atau huruf besar, huruf kecil. Okay, so there are other punctuation marks that you can use. Okay, next. Use accurate spelling throughout the narrative. Okay, so make sure your spelling is correct. Okay, throughout the narrative. Kita guna UK punya spelling, kita tak guna American punya spelling. So accurate spelling, ya. And then use words or diction to create the mood in the story. Macam tadi saya katalah, sensory details. When we are talking sensory details, we are talking about creating the mood. Okay, kita nak create the mood. It can be joyful, it can be serious, it can be humorous, it can be threatening, pessimistic, and optimistic. Okay, so ada mood. Okay, adakah cerita ini dalam mood happy, dalam mood sedih, dalam mood scary. Jadi semua ini kita gunakan sensory details atau words atau diction yang menunjukkan mood ini. Okay, and then next, engage the reader's interest. Kita engage the reader's interest. Okay, kita masuk, kita engage engage the readers. Macam saya kata tadi lah, daripada mula-mula, okay, kita kena menarik. Okay, we attract the readers to read our story. So engage the readers' interest. And lastly, use standard English. Okay, use standard English, ya, bukan Manglish ke ataupun apa-apa rojak punya bahasa Inggeris ke, no. Okay, so use standard English. Okay. So this is the language and tone in writing your narrative. Please bear in mind juga sebenarnya narrative ini can be formal, can be semi-formal. Okay, boleh jadi formal, boleh jadi semi-formal, because this is a story. It's based on your experience ataupun whether it's real story or it's fictional. Okay, maksud dia boleh jadi cerita yang benar, boleh jadi cerita rekaan semata-mata. Okay. Okay, so next. Okay, starting a story. Okay, sekarang I'm going to share with all of you how are you going to start your story. Okay, how are you going to start your story? 5 great beginning strategy. Okay, macam saya kata tadi, like I said before, that the starting of your story or the exposition of your story is very important. Why it is very important? Because you want to attract the attention of the reader. Okay, so here in order to start a story, kita ada the 5 great beginning strategies. I'm going to share with you the beginning strategies. Okay, the beginning of a story sets the tone for everything that happen next. Okay, that will happen next. An opener. Okay, an opener is like an appetizer, offering a tasty morsel of what's to come. So here, bear in mind, the beginning or the exposition is the most important part of a narrative essay. Okay, because it will set the tone. Okay, that is where, okay, the reader want or do not want to read your story. Okay, so it's like an appetizer. Okay, when you start to write a story, you might not know where it is heading. That's okay. Play with possibilities. Okay, that's why kita boleh jadi creative. Play with possibility. Okay, jangan sesuatu yang terlalu fakta. So be creative in writing your story and try one or more of these strategies. So di bawah Selepas ni, I'm going to share with you some of the strategy. Okay, strategi yang pertama. Begin with action or dialogue. Kita mulakan with action or dialogue. So here ada contoh sini. I crouch in starting position, hands poised on the track and back called like a spring. On your mark, get set. The starting gun boom. I launched myself forward, trying to spring ahead of the pack. So here, begin with action or dialogue. Tengok sini kalau kita menggunakan dialog, okay, gunakan dialog, you have open inverted comma, okay, pembuka dan penutup kata, kita ada exclamation mark. Macam saya kata tadi, when you are writing story, you can play with the punctuation. Okay, you can play with the punctuation. Jadi di sini, this story starts with action and dialogue. Bukan dialogue sini, and dialogue. Ini cerita dia berkaitan dengan orang di starting block. Okay, starting of a race. Okay, kalau kita tengok ini. Okay, yang pertama, begin with actions or dialogue. Okay, yang kedua, okay, ask a question. Kita boleh begin dengan soalan. Why does trouble always follow me around? Do I have a kick me sign on my back or something? So, begin your exposition with questions. With question, dengan soalan. Jadi kita boleh gunakan soalan. So, number one, kita begin with action and dialogue or dialogue. Yang kedua, begin with question. Okay, or you can begin write your with describing the setting. Okay, we can begin with describing the setting. Kita describe the setting. I sat cradle in tree branches at the top of an old oak behind my house. I could see over the rooftop, could see for miles. Overhead planes line up in the sky, heading towards O'Hare Airport to land one by one. Kita cerita tentang setting. Okay, latar tempat. Okay, so you cerita tentang setting pada tempat untuk cerita itu. Jadi di sini, this is a person sitting on top of a tree. Okay, tengok semua bermula. Okay, di sini kita begin with action, kita guna past tense. Bila dalam ini, dalam dialog, kita guna present tense. Sini juga guna past tense. Okay, kalau question, kita boleh guna present or past, bergantung kepada situation. Okay, next, kita boleh juga begin with background knowledge. Begin with background knowledge. Maksudnya kita mulakan dengan cerita tentang background. Okay, cerita tentang background. So di sini, Tommy's my little brother and Tommy is my little brother and he's in first grade. Tommy's my little brother and he's in first grade. He's fearless. One day he wore a cap to school. I told him everyone would laugh at him. The next day 5 other boys came wearing caps. Jadi di sini background. Okay, kita cerita dengan background. Okay, jadi di sini kita boleh guna background. Begin with background. And lastly, nombor 5, have the main character introduce himself or herself. Ada satu cara lagi, gunakan the main character describe himself or introduce himself or herself. Di sini, I'm Tabitha, I just turned 13 and I'm here to tell you a secret. Jadi di sini, bila bermula dengan I, walaupun kita tahu main karakternya adalah Tabitha, okay, Tabitha. So I di sini melambangkan we are writing in first person point of view. Okay, bila kita guna I. Okay, bila kita guna Tommy's di sini juga kita gunakan I. Ini juga first person point of view. Semua ini bermula dengan first person point of view. Ramai yang menulis, mostly when we write story, we use the first person point of view. Kita jarang guna third person point of view. Okay, so these are some of the ways. Sebenarnya ada banyak cara lagi. there are many ways in beginning your stories. Okay, many strategies in beginning your stories. These are the 5 that I think. Okay, these are the 5 that I think. How to say? It's quite easy for you to do. Okay, it's quite easy for you to do. To write in order to begin your story. Okay, so here are the examples. Okay, or the examples of strategies that you can use in order to start your narrative essay or to write your story. Okay, to start your story. Okay, I recap. Okay, kita boleh mula dengan action or dialogue. You can start with question. You can start with the setting, background information, atau main character introduce himself or herself. Okay, ini adalah cara-caranya. Or you can also start with a song lyrics. Okay, you can start with a fairy tale. So it's up to you, or depend on what you are going to write. So that is how you are going to start your story. Okay, next. Okay, however, please be careful. Okay, kadang-kadang there are words that you always use, betul? Sehingga kan in an essay, ayat perkataan tu diulang berkali-kali. Itu kita panggil tired words. Okay, tired word. Maksudnya perkataan tu dah bosan dah. Okay, dah penat dah. Asyik guna dia je. Tak boleh ke guna perkataan lain? Okay, tak boleh ke guna perkataan lain? So, di sini I share with all of you some of the words that you can use. Okay, some of the words that you can use in order to replace the tired words. Perkataan pun boleh jadi penat tau. Asyik guna je perkataan yang sama. Cikgu yang baca pun penat. And then reader yang baca pun penat. Asyik perkataan yang sama. So kita guna these are the words that these are the words yang kita boleh guna untuk menggantikan tired words. Okay, we use vivid words. Some words are overused. Sebab itu saya use perkataan overuse. Terlebih guna. That they lost their meaning. Bila dah selalu guna, maksud akan hilang. So below is a list of such words. Okay, also. Selalu sangat guna also. Okay, kalau dalam bahasa Melayunya juga, betul. Suka sangat. Sikit-sikit also. Sikit-sikit also. Kadang-kadang in an essay, berkali-kali guna also. Why not you change the word also dengan, okay, you change the word also dengan to, moreover, besides, as well as, in addition. Jadi kurang-kuranglah guna also. Okay, suka sangat also. Can also, will also, macam-macam also. Okay, so kurang-kuranglah guna perkataan also. So gunakanlah perkataan yang lain macam to, moreover, beside, as well as, in addition. Okay, another word which is considered tired words is bad. Sikit-sikit bad. Sikit-sikit bad. Okay, so why don't you use terrible, horrid, shocking, dreadful? Jangan guna bad saja. He's a bad boy. He's a macam tu. Okay, next perkataan beautiful. Okay, perkataan beautiful. Sikit-sikit beautiful. The scene is the scenery is beautiful. The painting is beautiful. Jadi kadang-kadang bila beautiful banyak sangat dah tidak ada maksud dah beautiful itu. So why don't you use the word breathtaking? Breathtaking scenery. Tak perlulah kata beautiful scenery. Atau scenic. Scenic tu melambangkan beautiful juga. Atau picturesque. Okay, attractive, good looking. Jadi kita ada banyak perkataan sinonim untuk beautiful. Next, funny. Okay, funny boleh guna amusing, jovial, hilarious, laughable. Jadi Boleh guna sekali untuk funny, the rest kita mungkin tukar kepada amusing, jovial, hilarious, laughable. Good juga. Okay. Semua benda letak good kat situ. Why not you change the word good? Okay. Change the word good kepada excellent, fine, marvelous, splendid, superb. Okay. Jadi boleh guna. And then next the word nice. Sikit-sikit nice. Why not you use charming, pleasant, delightful, fascinating, and captivating. Okay. And lastly, very. Suka juga guna perkataan very. Tengok, sikit-sikit nak very good, very, how to say, this is very good. Semua suka guna very kan? Why don't you use, tukar perkataan very kepada extremely, unusually, truly, surely, especially. So, kurang-kurangkanlah perkataan-perkataan yang macam ni. Okay? Yang tired ni. Perkataan ni dah menjadi penat. Asyik diguna orang aja. Okay? So, why not kita cuba dengan perkataan sinonim yang sama maksud dengan this word. Okay? Jadi, ini contoh-contoh. Okay, contoh-contoh words yang kita boleh guna, vivid words yang kita boleh guna atau vocab yang lain untuk menggantikan perkataan yang biasa kita guna sehingga kan terlalu biasa. Okay, you can use all these. Okay, and I think this slide telah di-share oleh Miss Zulaika di dalam group Telegram kan. Jadi boleh ambil dan boleh gunakan. Okay, these are some of the vocabs that you can use. Okay, these are some of the vocabs that you can use. Yeah. Okay, next. Okay, ini sampel. Okay, sampel ini ada dalam textbook Form 5, download ya. Buku textbook Form 5, page 26, exercise 3. Okay, textbook Form 5, your Form 5 textbook, download. Nama Form 5 textbook kamu download kan? Page 26, exercise 3. Ada dalam tu. Okay. Write an answer to one of the questions 3 to 5 in this part. Write your answer in 200 to 250 words in an appropriate style on this question. So these are the general instruction for part 3. You have seen this announcement in an English language magazine. We are looking for stories for our magazine. Your story must begin with this sentence. And knock on the door of the house. She was determined to find out who lived there. So your story must include an old woman, a surprise. Nampak kan dalam buku teks muka surat 26, exercise 3. Ada buat tak soalan ni? Kalau kita tengok exercise page 26, exercise 3, ini sekarang dah masuk bulan Oktober, rasanya dah lama. Pernah buat tak soalan ni? Okay, have you ever done this story? Your textbook, page 26. No. Ariel kata tak buat. Cikgu tak suruh buat ya soalan ni. Ada tak? Page 26, exercise 3. Pernah buat tak soalan ni? It's a story and your story must begin with this sentence. And knock on the door of the house. She was determined to find out who lived there. Mungkin cikgu skip soalan ni, kata Vincent. Tak apa. Okay, so when you get this type of question, this is a story kan. Mungkin ada cikgu dia tak buat, mungkin sebab dia merasakan the kids in the class mungkin tak berapa suka tulis story. So no problem, dia boleh improvise ataupun dia buat story yang lain daripada ini. Tetapi ini sebab ini ambil daripada buku teks lah kan. Okay. Jadi sebenarnya when you are given this type of story, first of all you have to analyse the question. Macam biasalah. Okay. Macam biasa saya dah cakap kita kena analyse the question, betul? Okay. When we analyse the question, first of all kita tahu we need to start our story with this sentence. Macam Vincent kata, teacher more to email and essay. Tak apa. Okay. So, and knock on the door of the house. She was determined to find out who live there. So, bila kita dapat macam ini, kita tahu, the main character of this story is N. Nama sudah diberi. Okay, nama sudah diberi. So, main character adalah N. And N is knocking on the door. Because dan kita tahu in the door of the house, dan house itu dia tak tahu siapa duduk di situ. Sebab dia kata determined to find out who live there. Jadi ini macam satu misteri, betul? So if we look at this sentence, it should be mystery story. Okay, mystery story. And your story must include an old woman. So dalam cerita itu nanti pastikan, okay, you talk about or you write about an old woman. It can be anyone, old woman. Boleh jadi nenek N ke, apa ke, yang penting ada old woman di situ. Okay, then a surprise. Dia mesti something surprise. Jadi bila dia tulis itu a surprise, so maksud dia mestilah sesuatu yang luar dari kotak. Betul? Surprise. So you can use your imagination in writing this story. Okay, jadi use your imagination. Okay, ramai yang pandai menulis. Tapi mungkin kalau kita, macam saya dah kata tadi, orang fakta, kita tak boleh imagine apa yang berlaku. Okay, so this is a sample. Okay, so kita tengok soalan. Okay, di sini saya nampak soalan daripada Rifi Effendi. Kalau letaklah sekali dia bermimpi boleh ke? Okay, bila dia punya ayat di sini, instruction dia, Rifi, your story must begin. Bila dia kata begin, kita tak boleh letak ayat ini last. Kita mesti letak ayat ini di depan. Because begin. Melainkan, okay, unless the instruction say, your story must end with this sentence. Bila dia guna sini end with this sentence, then you can use this one. Okay? You can use this one as the last sentence of your story. Tetapi, kalau ini begin, you have to use in front. Okay? So, do I answer your question, Rifi Effendi? Okay? So, bila kita instruction, okay, boleh kita letak dalam bentuk dream. Cerita ini dalam bentuk dream tak ada masalah. Okay, tetapi ayat ini mesti berada di permulaan cerita. Tak boleh diletak di akhir cerita. Because it says here your story must begin. Kalau dia kata your story must end, yes, you can put. Okay, boleh buat. Okay, boleh buat as a story. Macam saya katalah, it can be a factual, it can be real, it can be fictional. Okay. Soalan daripada, okay, saya tengok soalan dulu sebelum kita. Will it, daripada Iman, teacher, will it qualify for the criteria if I say the owner of the house is a deceased old woman? Tak ada masalah. Yang penting ada old woman, Iman. Sebab kita mesti ada old woman di situ. So tak kira lah, is it the owner of the house atau siapa-siapa saja. Yang penting ada cerita pasal old woman. Okay, Iman, boleh? Syafura, teacher, if we exit the word limit, will they know? Banyak kali saya kata, Syafura mungkin tak tengok kelas-kelas sebelum ini, kita tidak akan potong markah disebabkan oleh word limit. Tidak ada orang akan kira just right. Okay, next, like just does the almost have to be alive? No. Okay, Iman, macam saya kata lah tadi, watak tu boleh jadi real, boleh jadi fictional, boleh jadi hidup, boleh jadi mati. Yang penting ada watak old woman. Okay, boleh Iman? If one story, I write one story and one review, can lah teacher? Zakaria, okay, this is part 3 kan? You want to write one story, one review, boleh. Pemeriksa akan semak, cikgu akan semak, dia akan ambil markah yang tertinggi. But do you have the time? Okay, Zakaria, do you have the time? Kalau kita ada masa, yes, you can write one story, you can write one review. Tetapi, do you have the time? Pastikan you use the time, time dengan sebaik-baiknya. Okay, dengan sebaik-baiknya. Okay, okay, use. Okay, kalau Zakaria kata sentiasa ada. Okay, if you have the time, go ahead. Cikgu akan semak dua-dua dan akan ambil kira markah tertinggi. Okay, boleh Zakaria? Okay, so this is the sample. Kita bagi balik. Kita tengok sampel jawapan. Okay, kita tengok sampel jawapan ya. Anne knocked on the door of the house. She was determined to find out who lived there. She knocked once, no answer. She knocked twice. This time she applied more force than her first, still no answer. She realized that the door was unlocked. After several minutes of hesitation, she gathered enough courage to slam the door open. She sighed nervously as she slowly stepped inside the stunning house. Tengok dia guna vocab, adjective, stunning house. Sedangkan dia kata house tu dia nampak aja dia tak tahu. Jadi dia kata stunning, maksudnya yang menarik. Okay. The house was built with a mixture of Gothic and Roman architecture with intricate carvings on the pillar. The house was once beautiful, but now it seems like the house was abandoned for months based on the overgrown bushes and vines. Sedangkan dia kata stunning tadi kan. So sini dia bercerita the exposition atau introduction of this story, dia menggunakan setting. Okay, dia menggunakan setting. Anne was still determined to enter the house. She wanted to interview her biggest idol. Her name was Maria Beziksky. Ini old woman lah tu. Okay, she was a former actress, singer, music composer and icon for 80s music industry. The Queen of Pop has inspired a lot of musicians with her talent. Living in retirement now in her big house. Now she was 70 years old. Jadi old woman ya kan tadi? Siapa kata old woman? And wanted to make sure the current generation to acknowledge impact on music and her song will forever be on everyone's mind. Jadi sebenarnya Anne pergi ke rumah idol dia. Okay, inside the house and could feel the intense atmospheric pressure. Okay, jadi dia perenggan kedua ni di second paragraph dia dah kepada the rising action. Okay, inside the house and could feel the intense atmospheric. Okay, here dah macam surprise dah masuk. Okay, pressure which set shivers down her spine. She walked down the hallway. She could see an old lady sipping a cup of tea. The sweet scent of black tea spread through the hallway. Dia old lady tadi, old woman ya. It must be Maria, she thought. The old lady's head slowly turned facing her. No doubt it was Maria. Anne enthusiastically trotted towards her. Bizarrely, the hallway had become endless. There seemed to be no end. Okay, no matter how far and how long she had walked, she could not reach her. Suddenly, her head was spinning. She felt an excruciating pain which made her head feel like exploding. She screamed in agony. Everything became blurry. She couldn't think straight. The rising action nak pergi kepada climax dah. Okay, pergi kepada climax. Then kita tengok, after a while she regained consciousness. Okay, she opened her eyes. Oddly enough, she was not where she was earlier. The luxurious wallpapers were now torn and covered with blood. The carpet was slimy and stench. Stench filled the air. The place that Maria used to sit was now replaced with a half-rotten corpse. Tadi Iman ada tanya kan, deceased owner. Ini tengok, half-rotten corpse. Maksudnya the old lady dah meninggal, dah mati. The corpse mouth was covered with fat maggots. The eyes were hollow as she was staring into an endless world. Anne fell back. She had never seen something more grotesque than this. Out of the blue, the corpse frantically sprinted towards her. She clumsily ran into a room and slammed the door shut behind her. To her horror, the corpse tried to pierce through the door with an axe. She muttered prayers under her breath, hoping for this nightmare to end. So here, the surprise dah ada. Mula-mula dia nampak satu rumah yang cantik, tiba-tiba bila dia sedar daripada consciousness, maksudnya dia sedar daripada pengsan, tiba-tiba benda yang sebaliknya berlaku. Sweat started to drop from her face. She was panting. Her hands were shaking in fear. She looked around the room. It was nice and cozy, but it was strangely felt familiar. The bed and the cotton bedsheet were recognizable. Then she saw something from the corner of her eyes. It was a picture frame with a photo of a woman with bright blue eyes and deep brown hair. The woman was her. It was a picture frame with a photo of a woman. She dropped the photo in shock. She searched frantically for the closet and opened it. Shockingly, all of her clothes were inside it. In fact, everything inside the room was hers. She wandered around, found a brown leather book on the vanity table. Gently, she opened the pages and started reading. Ann Ecker, 33, North Dakota. Based on the report, Mrs. Ecker was diagnosed with split identity disorder and was placed in Boston Institute of Mental Health. She was psychopathic. She had psychopathic traits that could lead her to homicide, while her other persona was a passionate journalist who was enthusiastic in classical music. It turned out that she was the killer. On the day Maria was murdered, Anne had run away from the asylum. Her idol was killed with her own hand. Overwhelmed by guilt, she cried hysterically. Though through tears, she spotted a revolver on the floor. There was only one thing to do to end her misery. Bang, bang, bang. So a surprise here. Is this a happy ending? Kalau kita baca ini, is this a happy ending? Lutfi kata no. Dia bunuh diri kan. Okay, so the surprise is here. Kita cerita pasal, okay, mula-mula dia knock on the door. Dia pergi satu rumah yang dia kata nampak stunning, cantik. Dan that is the house of her idol. Tiba-tiba on the way nak jumpa idol tu, something happen and she dia pengsan, jatuh pengsan. When she regained consciousness, everything turned into corpse, disease, the idol sudah mati, everything. And then bila dia nampak idol dia, and then this katanya corpse itu nak menyerang dia, dia masuk ke dalam satu bilik. Okay, lari masuk bilik, tiba-tiba dalam bilik tu something very cozy. And then bilik itu adalah bilik dia. Okay, iaitu Ann Ecker, 33, umur dia 33, and Ann ini sebenarnya has split personality atau split identity. Okay, so a surprise is there. Kita tak jangka at the end of the story sebenarnya dia membunuh diri. Jadi penulis ini sebenarnya seorang yang sangat kreatif. Okay, kita tak jangka pun ending cerita dia macam itu kan. Mungkin kata tadi Iman tadi kata dia jumpa deceased owner or old woman. Okay, jadi di sini contoh ini nanti ada dalam slide yang saya dah share dengan Miss Zulaika. Mungkin Miss Zulaika dah masukkan dalam grup tele. Boleh baca sendiri cara dia menulis, penulis ni menulis cerita ini. So ini sampel sahaja. So this is how you write your story. Okay, this is how you write your story or your narrative writing. Okay, your narrative writing. Okay. Kalau Lutfi kata story is a horror genre, this is a homicide, then psychopath. Okay, so sebenarnya kita tak jangka because ada twist kat belakang tu di mana bila dia sedar yang dia yang membunuh idol dia. Okay, sebab dia kata dia ada dua personality. Okay, split identity disorder, dan dia duduk ditempatkan di Boston Institute of Mental Health. Maksudnya dia mental lah. Dia ada satu seorang jurnalis, satu lagi di other side yang baik tu ialah jurnalis, yang jahat tu adalah she is a murderer. Okay, dia yang membunuh idol dia. Okay, so Darwish tanya what is psychopathic? Psychopathic ni adalah seseorang yang harus saya yang ada sakit mental. Dia ada sakit mental, a killer who lost his mind. Orang gila ya, psychopathic ya. Mental disorder. Vincent, more than word limit. Dah saya cakap kan, tak payah kira pasal word limit. Yang penting kita tulis saja. Okay, don't worry about the word. Okay, so example ini nanti boleh baca sendiri cara dia menulis. So it's a good story for this one. Frankly speaking, for me, kalau saya sendiri pun sebenarnya saya tak pandai nak menulis cerita. Saya jenis orang yang factual. Okay, saya ni tak pakar menulis cerita. So if there are any of you out there who love to write story, then continue writing story. Because you can be as imaginative as you want when you write your story. Iman, teacher, did you write this? No, I did not write this. It's one of the students who write this, one of the kids. I'm not the one who write this. I don't know how to write story. Sorry. Okay, so Lutfi said plot twist, betul. Like Korean movie. Okay, how many paragraph? Vincent, it's up to you. I said just now, up to you how many paragraph. Terlebih apa, kira tak perlu kira. I must get personal advice from this masterpiece. Yeah, Iman. These are the kids who write this one. These kids must be very imaginative. That's why this kid can come up with this type of story. Okay, yeah, Iman. Okay, so now next, okay, okay, ini adalah sampel soalan yang keluar, okay, for 2021. Okay, for 2021, kita tengok sama-sama. For 2021, your teacher has asked you to write a story for your English club newsletter. Your story must begin with the following words. If I were given 3 wishes, I would. So, bila instruction sudah ada must be, kita kena mula dengan if I were given 3 wishes. In your story, you must describe your wishes. Talk about the impact of your wishes on you and others. So, ada 2 soalan yang perlu kita jawab di sini, iaitu the first one, the 3 wishes. So, you have to describe your 3 wishes and you have to talk about the impact of your wishes on you and others. Apa impact? Katakan, if I were given 3 wishes, I would apa? So, what is the impact? Okay, but please be very careful. Okay, when you are writing story in this type of question, because if you start with, if I were given 3 wishes, I would. Berhati-hati menjawab soalan ini kerana, okay, berhati-hati menjawab soalan ini kerana kalau tidak pandai menulis, dia akan menjadi satu esei bersifat fakta. Sebab permulaan dia sudah macam fakta. Okay. Okay, jadi itulah dia. Senang, soalan dia senang. 3 wishes. Kalau diberi 3 what is wishes? 3. So what is your wish? Okay. Kalau Aman Luffy tulis ini, my first wish will be a big Among Us plushie. Permintaan. Yes, thank you Vincent. Saya tak terjumpa perkataan permintaan. Yes, if you are given 3 wishes, diberi 3 permintaan, apa permintaan you? So you have to describe 3. Soalan dia dikata 3 ya. Jangan cerita 1, jangan cerita 2. Mesti cerita 3. Okay, 3. Bukan 1, bukan 2 ya. So tengok soalan. Instruction dia 3. So, bila dia minta 3, bagi 3. Describe your wishes. Talk about the impact of your wishes on you and others. So, agak-agak lah. If you are given this question, what are the 3 wishes that you would like? The wish kata, first wish is to be able to talk to animal. Oh, bagus. Iman, if I were given 3 wishes, I would wish for extensive health. Very good. Secondly, I want to end all the troubles and problems upon me. And finally, I wish for an infinite amount of wishes. Nak minta lagi lebih. Okay, Iman. Okay, cantik. Okay, how about the others? If you are given 3 wishes, what are your wishes? Iman ada 3 tu. I want to go to heaven. Yes, Zakaria. That is one of your wishes. Okay. Yang lain? I want a bike. Oh, Zeus, you want a bike? Oh, very simple wish. I want a bike. Why? You don't have a bike, is it? Okay, no problem. That is your wishes. Can talk with those ghosts. You want to talk to ghosts? Yeah. Okay. So, if this is the question, okay, if this is the question, please answer appropriately. Becoming rich as a kata, okay. So, write appropriately. Kita tak nak nanti cerita ini menjadi fakta pula. Okay, kalau siapa kata butterfly kata vintage, I want to be a happy person. Yeah, everyone want to be a happy person. So when you are given this question, okay, nampak senang kan soalan ni? Nampak senang, tetapi berhati-hati when you are writing, because kita tak nak ia menjadi satu esei berbentuk fakta. I wish to have friends. Kesiannya. Lutfi tak apa. Kat dalam ni semua rakan-rakan Lutfi. Okay, get an A for my exam. Okay. Di sini, be careful what you wish for. Betul. Remember guys, be careful what you wish for. Yes, Iman. Terus terang saya kata, be careful of what you wish for. Because sebenarnya terus terang saya kata, for 2021, when we get this type of question, I can see very negative answer. Okay, very negative answer. Ada yang sampai mengharapkan the parents vanish. Okay, ramai yang tulis macam tu. Jadi kita merasakan kalau boleh, please write something yang baik-baik saja. Okay, something. Kalau Effendi kata wish to be the best student in school, I want to be the best athlete, a normal person. Okay, you okay. No problem. Kita kalau second wish, okay. Jadi macam saya kata tadilah, okay, when you write this answer the question, make sure it is a story. Ingat ya, this is a story. Jadikanlah ia cerita, bukan satu esei fakta semata-mata. Okay, so very simple question. All of you understand, describe your wish and talk about the impact. 2 questions. Okay, want to make my parents happy. Okay, and for 2022, soalan ini yang keluar. Okay, soalan 2022, okay, your teacher has asked you to write a story as your homework. The story must begin with the following word. Kebaikan kita tengok 2021, 2022 semua begin, okay. It was the beginning of a new day for Kumar, the place, look. Okay, so here main character sudah diberi, which is Kumar. Jangan tukar nama ya, Kumar is Kumar ya. Jangan tukar nama, Kumar is Kumar. Okay, talking about place. An interesting discovery Kumar made at the place. So mesti ada interesting discovery. Okay. And how the discovery changed Kumar's impression of the place. Jadi di sini sebenarnya Kumar and place. Setting dia place itu. Jadi you kena bagi nama kepada place itu juga. Dan main character dia adalah Kumar. So kalau soalan 2022 lebih berbentuk cerita, compare dengan 2021 yang kalau salah tulis memang senang kita nak tulis berkaitan wishes tu, tapi kadang-kadang dia menjadi satu esei fakta. Tetapi untuk 2022 memang ceritanya memang dah nampak cerita di mana the main character is Kumar. Okay, the main character is Kumar, and then in your story, you must talk about the interesting discovery. So Kumar made a discovery. So what is the discovery and how the discovery changed Kumar's impression of the place? Kalau kita bandingkan 2021 and 2022, nampaknya soalan 2021 lagi mudah. Di mana 2021, you only talk about the 3 wishes and the impact of the wishes towards you and others. Sedangkan question number 2022, you are talking about the main character Kumar and what happened to Kumar at a place. So pastikan you name the place, apakah tempat itu, an interesting discovery, okay, Kumar met at the place and how the discovery changed Kumar's impression of the place. Okay, jadi kalau dilihat soalan 2021 and 2022 nampak mudahnya 2021. Okay, nampak mudahnya 2021. Tapi sebenarnya yang lebih berbentuk cerita adalah 2022. Okay, so here kita ada 2 soalan story, maksud dia 2021, 2022, 2 tahun pernah keluar story. Okay, pernah keluar story. So, boleh pilih mana satu. Okay. Jadi, nampak macam senang juga cerita ini. Sebab kita cerita pasal discovery, interesting, mesti something interesting. And then bagaimana discovery itu change Kumar's impression, not impression of himself ya, impression of the place. Mungkin pada asalnya dia tak suka tempat tu, tetapi because of the discovery dia suka tempat itu. Ataupun pada asalnya dia suka tempat itu, because of the discovery dia tak suka tempat itu. Tadi Fendi kata apa? Mana? Apa Effendi soalan you Effendi? Teacher nak soalan, okay, 2021, lupa screenshot dia. Okay, kejap ya Effendi. Sebenarnya ada dalam slide dia, kalau ada dalam tally boleh. Okay, nak screenshot dia, saya balik semula. Okay, okay, ni. Okay, Effendi. Nak screenshot. Okay. Okay, dah ini soalan 2021. If I were given 3 wishes, I would. Okay, so in your story, you must describe your wishes, talk about the impact of your wishes on you and others. Okay, dan lagi, dah screenshot? Okay, dah, thank you. Okay, next 2022 ini dia. Okay, your teacher has asked you to write a story as your homework. The story must begin with, it was the beginning of a new day for Kumar, the place looked apa. It can be positive, negative. So your story must include an interesting discovery Kumar met at the place and how the discovery changed Kumar's impression of the place. Jadi these 2 questions, okay. Like the class before, kalau rasa nak buat, saya tak paksa, I know. Now ada sekolah yang dah mula trial, ada sekolah belum mula, okay. Kerana semua bergantung pada jadual sekolah kan. Jadi kalau ada masa, you just write and you email me. Okay, kalau ada masa, you just write and email me dan saya akan respond. Ya, Esa, teacher soalan ni nampak susah. Betul, 2022 soalan dia nampak susah. Tetapi bagi seseorang yang memang suka menulis cerita, ini nampak interesting. Because dia boleh berimajinasi, berkreativiti dengan soalan ini. Selain daripada ini, boleh esei lain, boleh Zakaria. Okay, boleh just email me. Okay, just email me. Okay, just email. Email sahaja, you buat and then you email. Tetapi rasanya macam minggu lepas, untuk yang minggu lepas tak ada yang menghantar. Tapi tak apa, saya faham. Now sebab ada yang sudah mula trial, betul? Ada yang dah mula trial kan? Tak apa. So bila-bila masa you have my email address kan? So you have my email address. So bila-bila masa rasa nak buat, boleh buat dan email saya. Okay, boleh? So today, okay, untuk malam ini kita punya fokus adalah writing. Okay, Esa soal SPM 2022 keluar review tak? Tak ada. Review keluar 2021. Lepas tu story 2021 dan 2022. Okay, jadi review tak keluar 2022, dia keluar, dia ganti dengan report. Report kita akan tengok minggu depan. Okay. I have oral teacher. Okay, doakan saya. Ya, oral. Saya faham. Sekarang time trial. Ada yang buat oral, ada yang buat sekolah tengah buat, tak apa. Okay, so kalau ada masa, just write and email me. You have my email. Okay, so you can write anytime. Okay, kita faham. Okay, kita faham yang you all tengah. So itu ramai yang tak buat, tak apa. Okay, jadi ada. Okay, jadi saya, I think that's all from me tonight. Okay, ada apa-apa kalau nak buat, just email me. You have my email address. Okay. Jadi, so do you have any more question on story? Do you have any more? Okay, thank you everyone. Dah thank you dah kat dalam tu. Sebenarnya, okay, bagi those, once again I said, for those who like to be creative, you can do story. Okay, tapi kalau yang tak pandai kreatif, tak payahlah buat story. Okay, hanya orang yang kreatif saja yang pandai tulis story. Okay, so thank you everyone. Okay, I hope what I have shared can be of help to all of you. Okay, so that's all for tonight. Okay, so back to you, Miss Zulaika ya? Ada, Miss Zulaika. So saya rasa itu saja. Okay, terima kasih semua. Thank you for your time. Okay. Ya, Miss Zulaika.
Baiklah, terima kasih diucapkan kepada Cikgu Aileen di atas perkongsian yang cukup jelas pada malam ini. Tidak lupa juga ribuan terima kasih kepada murid-murid dan guru-guru SPM 2023 yang mengikuti program kita pada malam ini. Diminta murid-murid untuk mengisi kehadiran, boleh klik pada link yang disediakan atau scan pada QR code yang dipaparkan untuk tujuan sijil penyertaan. Untuk makluman adik-adik, program ini akan diteruskan lagi dengan subjek sejarah pada hari esok 18 Oktober, waktu yang sama jam 8 hingga 9.30 malam di platform Zoom dan juga YouTube. Dan berita baik juga untuk adik-adik sekalian, pihak YPC International College akan menjalankan seminar teknik menjawab soalan SPM 2023 bermula November ini setiap hari Jumaat jam 8 hingga 10 malam. Program ini adalah secara atas talian dan adik-adik boleh buat ulang kaji semula dengan menonton recording di YouTube YPC International College. Jangan lupa untuk klik link pendaftaran untuk mendaftar. Untuk makluman juga, program ini adalah secara percuma dan tiada dikenakan apa-apa bayaran. Sekiranya adik-adik memperoleh info yang tidak benar daripada mana-mana pihak atau agensi, adik-adik boleh hubungi pihak YPC untuk tindakan selanjutnya. Jangan lupa untuk subscribe dan like channel YouTube YPC International College untuk mengikuti seminar seterusnya. Terima kasih dan selamat malam semua. Jumpa lagi pada program yang akan datang.